intention, as is my colleagues today, is that in some way, shape, or form, you leave here today slightly different than the way you showed up. By something you saw, you heard, a relationship, a connection that was made that causes you to smile, creates a tickle, maybe a tear, but in some way transforms you leaving here today. It is my intention, and I'm going to hold myself accountable to that for you. And I'll ask you at the end to do the same. You see, in our younger years, when we're bright and alert and aggressive and conquering the world, we have a set of values that we operate from. And those values look like power. I want to have position. I want to be known as somebody. I want people to recognize me for the thing I'm doing. It's external facing. Look at me. Money is also a value system. I want to make a lot of money. I want a six-figure salary. That's going to define who I am. Values. And status. I need to have a title. I want to be the C of something. The CFO, the president, I don't care what it is, but I need to have that. Those values are what motivate us. And typically those are the value sets that we use in the business world. We use them as leverage to move us forward. You've done a great job in this position. We've got an opening in another. I'll give you a few more bucks. We'll transfer you over and you're good to go. Who would say no? I'm climbing the proverbial corporate ladder. I'm not going to question myself or question your wisdom as to why I should be in that position. Of course I'll go, thank you very much. But when you have a life-changing event, whatever it is for you, and guess what? Each and every one of us have one. And it shows up in different ways in our lives. Some at a smaller level, it kind of bubbles down here, and others, like myself, it took the death of a parent for me to stop and see what was going on. But when that transition, that shift, that change happens, guess what also happens? Your values change. What's important to me changes. And I love, if any of you know Wayne Dyer, he's not with us anymore, but he's written a slew of books, and he's got a movie out called The Shift. And I love how he frames it. He says, our value systems in our morning years, when we're younger, are one thing, but in our afternoon years are another. So I like that afternoon thought. So what was that for me? Right then and there, I knew. It was like a switch that went. What do I value? And for me, what was really important was connection. How do I connect with others? Am I being surface and having surface relationships? Oh, hi, it's nice to meet you. How you doing? Great, you got kids. We're doing this, we're doing that. It's a business connection. But I'm keeping you over here. I'm not really investing to find more about who you really are and what makes you happy. Because guess what? When you invest, it takes time. And in the business world, we value time. It's precious. Go faster, do more with less. Those are good things to promote. Connection. Significance. Guess what? I wanted to feel a sense of significance, like I was seen, I was heard. That's a value that I now craved. Power, I don't really care about that. Position, yeah, that's great. They're a dime a dozen. But are you really hearing me? Do you really know what makes me tick? So often, we take somebody that's doing a great job in one position, and because they are, we move them over here. And guess what we do? We stifle them. Because now we've taken their freedom of expression, their creativity, that thing that's really jazzing them, hence they're doing well, and we shift them over and we box them out. And it doesn't work. And we do it time and time again. We do it professionally, we do it personally, we do it with our kids and our friends. Oh, you're so great at that, take this on. Oh, you're so wonderful, you're such a support, why don't you help me with these 5 things? Kind of see the picture here? We're not kind of getting underneath that. And purpose. I talked about purpose. What's my purpose? If any of you remember Steve Martin in the movie called The Jerk? He found his special purpose. And how excited was he when he opened the phone book and saw that he was in the phone book? He was like, look, I made it. We all want to feel that sense of purpose, that connection to something greater than ourselves, the connection to our gifts and talents.